I walked into Zion's Bank to talk to somebody about refinancing. The lines were long, so I had quite a wait. While waiting in line, I couldn't help noticing a new girl behind one of the desks. My God, she was enchanting. I couldn't help staring at her. She had me mesmerized. Every once in a while she'd catch me watching her, and I'd have to look away in embarrassment. I don't know how to describe it, but everything about her had me caught in a magic spell. Her engaging smile, her every delightful movement, the musical splendor of her voice, and most of all, her extraordinary beauty. When I reached the end of the line, she beckoned me over to her desk. She was so completely enchanting that I forgot what I'd come to the bank for. When I opened my mouth, nothing would come out. And finally, after regaining control of my vocal cords, I mumbled, "I came here especially to see you." She laughed and said, "My name is Pingsing," and that kind of broke the ice. We talked for about 30 minutes, and it was sure I'd made a very special friend. I forgot to mention the real reason why I'd come to the bank. That would have to be put off until another day. When I got home, all I could think about was her. I wanted to hold her and hug her and kiss her and love her. There's no doubt about it that she had captured my heart, hook, line, and sinker. I was so excited, I was excited as a kid under a tree on Christmas morning. For the rest of that day, her lovely face materialized everywhere I looked. She was on my TV, my computer, my doors, my walls, and the ceiling. She was everywhere I happened to gaze. I was completely enthralled by her presence. Finally, when I came back to my senses, I realized that Pingsing could never be more than a friend. After all, I was more than twice her age. The only way I'd ever be able to have her would be in my dreams or my fantasies. But even knowing didn't help, because I was burning up with desire. I never felt this way about any other woman before, and I was married and loved by a wonderful woman for 26 years. That night I couldn't sleep just thinking about her. The more I thought about her, the more I loved her, or the more in love I became. Finally I sat down and put my feelings to rhyme, and this is what I wrote and what I felt at the time. I call her Pingsing. I met the fairest maiden in a West Valley town. She was a gleaming orchid in a gaudily woven gown. I know I won't forget her as long as I may live, for she was the fairest flower that God could ever give. Beautiful and lovely and as charming as could be, I knew I had to have her, that she was meant for me. Her lips were sweet and tender and filled my heart with bliss. I knew I had to hold her close, and I longed for that first kiss. She was mine for just a moment, and she stole my heart away. Now she's vanished into nowhere and left me in dismay. How can I live without her? She was right for me. The fairest maiden of them all is now just history. I know I can't forget her, and it's plain to see that she'll always be in my heart as a lovely fantasy. As you can plainly see, I was in love at first sight. You should also know that I was completely blinded by my feelings. After living so many years alone, had love made this magical entry into my lonely life? If someone loves you, love them back unconditionally. Not only because they love you, but because they are teaching you to love and opening your heart to the eyes to things that you had never seen or felt without them. From the moment I saw her, to the moment I met her, to the moment I dated her, to the moment I made love to her, they were all moments to remember. She was, is, and will always be the best thing that ever happened to me. I cherish all of the wonderful attributes that make her what she is and what she always will be.